Wanted Dead is a violent, hardcore hack-and-slash shooter by the makers of Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden. I shouldn't really have to say any more than that, but seeing as the game covers a week in the life of the zombie unit, an elite squad, and a sci-fi future version of Hong Kong, this isn't an easy assignment. You could probably use some pointers before you take control of Lieutenant Hannah Stone and her numerous armaments, so pull up a plate of diner eats. Here are 11 things you need to know. Presented by Wanted Dead. Look, this might seem rudimentary or obvious, but if you aren't in cover, you will be shot. Yeah, we know you have this awesome sword and you're dying to use it, but there's a reason the advent of gunpowder was a problem for knights and samurai. Get behind cover whenever you can and take note of where your enemies are and what they're doing. If anyone's charging right at you, well, maybe you do get to use your sword, but otherwise, you're gonna want to get real good at headshots. Enemies in Wanted Dead are tough and wear thick body armor. Despite the fact that Stone can carry her trusty rifle and one other weapon, her ammo is extremely limited. Enemies drop a lot of ammo, so you can top up between fights, but an extended fight can leave your magazines dry in a hurry if you're just blasting off rounds to hear loud noises. So line up your shots. Be precise, press up on the D-pad to switch your gun to single fire instead of burst or full auto so you're not wasting all your shots. Get the bullet to the head every time you can. Clean, efficient, the little number pops up, it's great. Just take my word for it. Although if somebody is charging you and you really don't have time to aim, hold the right trigger to blind fire over cover right at them. At least that way you're not exposing your own face to gunfire. That's, usually bad. Just a little life tip there. Not just for the game, just life in general. Don't get shot in the face. Sometimes fine aim is just not possible. Usually those times involve being shot at by large groups of enemies. Should any of them cluster together, don't use headshots, use grenades. Hold RB to aim a grenade, use left and right on the D-pad while holding RB to switch between normal frag and incendiary grenades, release the toss to the grenade and save yourself some time and bullets. Here's the real pro tip though, while holding RB, press Y to underhand toss the grenade instead of overhand arcing it. Great for enemies charging right at you, provided they're not, right on top of you already. Okay, so now they're right in your face. Alright, fine, it's time to use the sword. Stone has a number of combos available that can be extended with skill tree unlocks, but the two key things to learn about melee combat are parrying and pistoling. Yes, pistoling is a word. Holding LB will block incoming melee attacks, but that's not good enough for Stone. Stone's all about the parrying. Put up your guard right as an attack connects, and Stone will parry, opening up the enemy, damaging their stamina, and giving you a perfect attack opportunity. Parrying is useful against just about anybody, but absolutely vital against the tougher enemies like the ninjas, who will show up in the Japanese garden area of the first mission. Master it here or, well, probably die. Tapping Y fires your pistol at the enemy that you're currently targeting, and while it doesn't do much damage, it does have infinite ammo, and it can be mixed into sword combos. Use the pistol to chain sword combos together and keep enemies off balance so that they can't get an attack in between yours. Even better, you can parry with the pistol too. Enemy attacks with that red glow are unguardable, but if you fire your pistol at an enemy executing an unguardable, you'll get a handgun counter which stops their attack entirely. Don't think that what Stone starts with is all you're gonna get. Wanted Dead's skill tree is key to developing her into the true badass that we all know that she can be. The parry can be upgraded with parry follow-up to make it more deadly. Your first priority of the entire skill tree should be to get the parry follow-up skill ASAP. Next, nab the pistol counter follow-up right below the parry follow-up to really make them regret trying that unguardable nonsense on you. Then, just to the right of the pistol counter follow-up, we have the Severed Arm Finishing Strike, which makes dismemberment a key strategic choice in addition to good clean fun. And by clean, we mean a real bloody mess. Grab Severed Leg Finishing Strike in the center branch when you can too. Once you've got those bread and butter skills locked in, pick up the dash attack to complete the package. After that, armor upgrade and the stim pack boost in the center tree make life a lot easier, as does the parry window increase that doubles the span of time that you can parry an attack. That, plus the counter skills, they don't stand a chance. Unless, I don't know, you're checking your phone or something.
Just what the hell is that, Lieutenant?
Standard police procedure?
In addition to their life, enemies have another thing for you to hurt: stamina. Drop an enemy's stamina to nothing and they do this stunned flailing thing that makes them look really stupid. And also, you can use a finishing strike on them. That makes you look really cool. And when they look stupid and you look cool, that's good. Also, it kills them instantly. Those Severed Arm Finishing Strike and Severed Leg Finishing Strike skills you picked up, you don't even have to fully drain their stamina, just cut a limb off and, end it quickly. When you really get this down, you can chain multiple executions, just knock down a bunch of enemy stamina all at once, which is pretty easy if you use bullet time wisely, and one execution will turn into a big, glorious chorus line of death.
Just another day in the office.
The chainsaw secondary weapon is really good. Like, really, really, really good. Like, it one-shots everything it touches good. So save it. Use it against the really tough enemies or just the ones you really hate. Either way, it's very satisfying. As Stone takes damage, you'll notice that some of the health bar disappears while some of it turns gray. Gray health can be recovered in a number of ways. Using melee attacks or bullet time will restore small chunks of gray health, but if you'd really like to restore all of the gray health, just execute an enemy with a finisher. See, once again, finishing moves should be the end result that you're looking for in basically every situation. If you completely fail to manage your gray health properly, Doc will revive you from the brink of death, but only once between drone checkpoints. Speaking of which, drone checkpoints are checkpoints where your drone shows up. It's a well-named gameplay element, really. It's interacting with the drone refills your health, your medkits, your ammo, Doc's revive, and it lets you modify your rifle and pistol to suit the changing demands of the mission. So interact with that drone every time. It came all this way to see you, so, you know, be respectful. It's not all tough as nails combat for the zombie unit. Wanted Dead has a bunch of mini games you can unlock and play for the sheer challenge of them between missions. There's the Karaoke one, the Ramen one, 2 Crane ones, available in the police HQ after the first mission is completed. But this fun has a purpose. You can earn skill points playing them, and then you can use those skill points to buy new abilities, which means you can jump into those early missions with a way stronger Stone than you otherwise would, and you don't even have to fight anyone to do it. So spend some time in the mini games, or maybe just the regular combat training if you're, boring and don't like karaoke. So go ahead and unlock that skill you were wishing you had the whole previous level before you got to jump into the next fight. In addition to those mini games, there's also a full-on retro-style arcade game called Space Runaway that takes several hours to complete, but like the games in the days of yore, there are no save points, so buckle down and set aside some time if you want to roll credits, kids, because you don't know how easy you have it, the old man says as he yells at the clouds. Hey, look, at least you don't have to get a bunch of quarters from your parents. By the way, if you just like to unlock all the mini games the easy way, just input this code on the press start screen using the D-pad up, up, down, down, left, left, right, right. There you go. Have fun, kids. Wanted Dead has 3 difficulty modes available at the start: normal, hard, and Japanese hard, which are all pretty self-explanatory. But if you're just absolutely not able to hack it even on normal, fear not. Die a bunch of times and you'll be offered Neko-chan mode. This easy mode will let you breeze through the game with comparably minimal effort, but Stone will be stuck wearing cat ears the whole time, and you can't remove them, ever. You have to start a new game to ditch the cat ears of shame. I wouldn't use it, but it's there if you want it.
I got a lock.
Okay, so we're venturing into vague spoiler territory here. We'll be vague, but again, if you want the satisfaction of figuring this out for yourself, you have been warned. After completing the game, pay close attention to the profiles data, especially Emma's profile. For those paying attention, take a look at something unusual on the page for a real-life surprise. Notice anything unusual? Okay, fine. Dial the number you see on Emma Lautner's profile in real life for some extracurricular lore. I think I'm legally required to say that per your data plan, charges may apply.
What happens when she learns the truth?
And with that, I have nothing left to tell you. Dystopian cyberpunk Hong Kong cannot wait all day, so get out there and start slicing and dicing. Okay, actually I lied. I have one more thing to tell you. You can grab a copy of Wanted Dead for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, or Windows on February 14th, so go check it out. And for everything video games, keep it right here on IGN.